From childhood, it seemed Sofía Armand was destined for a life of success and perfection. As the only child of a powerful hotel tycoon, her world was filled with luxuries and opportunities that few people could even imagine. From the best private schools in Switzerland to exclusive piano and ballet lessons, Sofía was raised to be the embodiment of excellence and elegance. From a very young age, she understood that appearances were everything, and that any weakness had to be hidden behind a flawless smile. But behind that facade of privilege and perfection, Sofía's family life was full of emotional voids. Her father, Victor Armand, was an authoritarian and distant man, obsessed with business, while her mother, Diana, was a perfectionist who constantly criticized her daughter. Sofía learned to appear strong, but inside she was constantly fighting for the love and validation she didn't find at home. In her solitude, Sofía found comfort in her studies and developed a passion for literature and photography. Her talent led her to be accepted into a prestigious university on the east coast of the United States. Academically, she excelled, but socially things weren't so simple. Sofía was caught between the high expectations of her family and her desire to build her own identity. Personal relationships were a challenge. Although many were attracted to her beauty and intelligence, Sofía often got involved in intense but short-lived romances, seeking in men the validation she had never received at home. It was during her college years that she met Monroe, a man completely different from the types she usually went for. His calmness, empathy, and genuine connection with nature offered her a kind of love and stability that Sofía had never known. Monroe. Simplicity that fascinates. Monroe's world couldn't have been more different from Sofía's. He grew up in Shelton Springs, a small town surrounded by mountains and forests. His father was a veterinarian and his mother was a biology teacher. In their home, simplicity and family values were everything. From a very young age, Liam showed a genuine love for animals and a strong interest in the environment. Liam spent his summers exploring the woods, helping his dad at the veterinary clinic or volunteering at animal shelters. His dedication and love for nature earned him a scholarship to a prestigious university, where he majored in biology and environmental conservation. He was known for his humble and helpful nature. He was always willing to lend a helping hand, whether it was tutoring classmates or leading environmental initiatives on campus. It was during this time that he formed a special bond with his distant cousin, Monroe, a young man with a more chaotic life, but just as charming. Monroe, the charming rebel. Monroe was the black sheep of the family. He grew up on the wealthier side of the Monroe family, but without the emotional stability that Liam enjoyed. His father was a corporate lawyer who was rarely around, and his mother, more interested in parties than family, sought comfort in social events and medication. Left to his own devices, Aaron developed a rebellious and charismatic personality. Even though he was very smart, Aaron lacked direction. He jumped from one project to another, one relationship to the next, always searching for something to fulfill him, but never finding it. Eventually, he ended up working at a tech startup, drawn to the luxury and status it offered. When Aaron met Sofía through Liam, he was instantly intrigued. Sofía represented everything Aaron desired: beauty, intelligence, and an air of mystery. Even though he knew he shouldn't cross that line, he couldn't help but feel drawn to her. A love story that seemed perfect. Sofía and Liam's relationship started like a fairy tale. Liam saw in Sofía a woman who shared his values and at the same time challenged him intellectually. Sofía, on the other hand, believed that Liam was the answer to her inner chaos, someone who could give her the stability she had always longed for. Liam proposed to her on a beach at sunset during a trip to the Caribbean islands. With a sustainably designed ring, a symbol of their love and values, Sofía said yes with excitement. However, as the wedding day approached, cracks in their relationship began to appear. Sofía, influenced by her mother and social expectations, insisted on a grand wedding at a luxurious estate, while Liam preferred something simpler and eco-friendly. These differences in their visions created constant tension that Aaron took advantage of to get closer to Sofía. the dangerous triangle. At first, Sofía and Aaron only talked casually at family get-togethers. But those little chats soon turned into stolen glances and secret meetings. Aaron, with his charm and smooth talk, became an escape for Sofía. What started as harmless flirting quickly became something much deeper and more dangerous. Aaron was the complete opposite of Liam. He was spontaneous, unpredictable, and exciting. Sofía found herself caught between the man who offered stability and the man who made her feel wild and alive. The secret meetings between Sofía and Aaron became more and more frequent, and the guilt started to eat away at both of them. Meanwhile, Liam started to notice little changes in Sofía. She was more distant, more quiet. There was something in her eyes that worried him, but he tried to ignore it, blaming it on the stress of planning the wedding. Betrayal unveiled. 2 weeks before the wedding, Liam confronted Sofía. Even though she initially denied being unfaithful, the evidence was too obvious. Suspicious messages, late-night calls, and Aaron always being around. Feeling trapped, Sofía finally confessed. Liam was crushed. The woman he loved and the cousin he trusted had betrayed him in the most painful way. He decided to call off the wedding, but his broken heart kept him from doing it right away. The wedding day. A tragic ending. On the morning of the wedding, Sofía, Liam and Aaron were a bundle of nerves. Sofía was trying to convince herself that she was doing the right thing by marrying Liam, while Aaron was battling his own feelings of guilt and desire. Liam, on the other hand, was determined to face the truth in front of everyone. At the altar, as the guests looked on with joy, Liam revealed everything. In front of the crowd, he accused Sofía of cheating and Aaron of betraying his trust. The room fell silent except for the murmurs of disbelief. Sofía burst into tears while Aaron tried to explain what happened. Then, in a moment of desperation, Aaron pulled out a gun, completely changing the tone of the situation. In the chaos that followed, Sofía tried to disarm him, but in the struggle, the gun went off. Sofía fell to the ground, her white dress stained with blood. The final fall. Aaron was immediately arrested. He didn't resist at all as the police officers handcuffed him and took him away from the estate. As they took him to the police car, Aaron's face showed a mix of regret, confusion, and resignation. He knew there was no turning back, that what he had done had not only destroyed Sofía's life, but also his own and Liam's. During the interrogations, Aaron confessed everything. He admitted his relationship with Sofía, their secret meetings, and how the guilt had been eating him up. He also tried to explain that the gun wasn't meant to hurt anyone, just to scare them, but that argument didn't hold much weight. In court, Aaron's lawyer argued that he had acted under intense emotional pressure and that the shooting was an accident. However, the jury was not lenient. The magnitude of the tragedy and the pain caused were too great to be ignored. Aaron was sentenced to life in prison for involuntary manslaughter and illegal possession of a firearm. During his time in prison, Aaron tried to reflect on his actions, but the weight of what he had done was unbearable. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and Aaron realized that he could never escape the guilt that tormented him. Liam Monroe, a soul marked by pain. Life was never the same for Liam. He had lost not only the woman he loved, but also a cousin he had deeply trusted. Betrayal and tragedy left him emotionally broken, and the man who was once optimistic and driven felt lost. After Sofía's funeral, Liam distanced himself from everyone. He quit his job in environmental conservation and moved to a remote place surrounded by nature but far from society. He spent his days in silence, walking through the woods and reflecting on how he had reached this point. Sofía's memories haunted him constantly. He remembered her smile, her laughter, and the happy moments they shared. But those memories also brought the pain of his betrayal and their heartbreaking end. Liam tried to find comfort in nature, but even in the most beautiful landscapes, the emptiness inside him persisted. Although some friends and family tried to reach out, Liam kept them at a distance. He didn't want to talk about what happened. He didn't want to relive the pain. For him, isolation was the only way forward. even though he knew he would never be the same. The Armand family, a legacy shattered. Sophia's family was also deeply affected. Diana Armand, who had always been obsessed with perfection, fell into a deep depression. She blamed herself for pushing Sophia so hard to maintain a perfect image, ignoring her daughter's internal struggles. Victor Armand, on the other hand, channeled his pain into his work, trying to avoid any reflection on the tragedy. However, his business success no longer brought him the same satisfaction. The family mansion, once full of life, was now a somber and silent place. Impact on society. The case of Sophia, Liam and Aaron quickly became a matter of public interest. The media covered every detail, from the infidelity to the tragic wedding. Psychologists and experts began to debate the dangers of toxic family dynamics and social pressures. Sophia's story was used as an example of how family expectations and appearances can lead to destructive decisions. The importance of mental health and the need to address emotional problems before they reach a breaking point was also widely discussed. Final reflections. The story of Sofía Armand, Liam Monroe and Aaron Monroe is a warning about the dangers of keeping your feelings bottled up, social pressure, and making hasty decisions. Each of them was a victim of their circumstances, but also responsible for their own actions. For Liam, the pain became a constant reminder of how easily trust and love can be broken. Although he could never fully get over what happened, he found a sense of purpose in connecting with nature. Aaron, on the other hand, was trapped in a life of regret, paying the price for his choices. And Sophia became a tragic example of how the pressure to meet other people's expectations can lead to self-destruction. Her story is a reminder of how important it is to be true to yourself, to communicate openly, and to face your own demons before it's too late. If this story has moved you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. What would you have done if you were Liam? Do you think Aaron deserved his fate? Leave your comments below and share your thoughts. See you in the next video.